Hey there, hi there, ho there, Cybermites and fellow Doctor Who fans. Today, we've got something very different to look at. Today, we're looking at the Metal Earth Doctor Who 3D model kits. There have been 4 different kits released at the moment. As you can see, there's K9. There's also a Gold Dalek. There is also the world's famous TARDIS. And finally, the one that we're gonna make, the Cyberman head. There's no glue or solder needed to put these models together. Just a quick note, on the back of the packaging, it tells us parts can be easily clipped from the metal sheets. Remember that for later. When you first open the package, you get the instructions. You also get these flat metal pieces that contain all the pieces you need to make the model. Remember, the tabs are easily clipped off the metal pieces. Well, that's enough about talking about the models. Let's build it and show it to you. Here we go! And here it is! Well, here it's not. Ay, where do I start? Let's start here. See these tabs on the metal pieces? They're not easily cut. When you try and cut them, sometimes they break off. Sometimes the metal, it's so thin that it just bends, and it bends your metal piece, so you got this nice bend line in the middle of the piece of metal that you have. Now, they expect you to get these little tiny tabs into these little tiny holes. It's much harder than threading a needle, I'll tell you that much. Not only that, as I was saying earlier, the metal is so thin that, yeah, you might get it in that hole and then bend it to keep it in there, but if you bend it, sometimes it breaks right off. Now, here's a piece I was working on. See how thin the metal is? See all the bend lines in the metal? Now, I'm sure you're saying, oh, cybermanbill, but didn't it come with instructions? You bet it did. But there's no words in those instructions, only diagrams. And yeah, sure, some of the diagrams are pretty self-explanatory, but then the others are like, what? Oh, and this is my favorite. This is used in their advertising. Look at this kid. He must be brilliant. He's able to build the plane, the bicycle, the tractor. Yeah, no problems at all. I'm a moron, and this kid is a frickin' genius. Way to go, kid. Way to go. And, well, yes, that brings me to the end of my review. I hope you managed to learn a lot. So overall, what do I think about these model kits? Well, to be fair, I did only try to build the Cyberman head, and the K9 and the TARDIS actually look a little bit easier, so I'm going to try those eventually. But, that being said, this thing is a pain in the hiney. I don't recommend the Cyberman head, at least. If you want to try to build it on your own, go ahead. But I recommend getting those jeweler glasses that have the magnifying glass, you know, so you can see really up close. Maybe a flashlight would help. Make sure you get the wire cutters and the tweezers to bend everything. And then, maybe only then, you will be successful building this thing. Oh, and don't bend it too much, because you might break it. Anyway, until next time, Cybermites, this is Cyberman Bill saying, when the spotlight shines, be in it.
Subscribe.
It's time to have your mind upgraded. So subscribe to Cyberman Bill.